Hey there, this is Andrew with AndroidCentral.com, and today we're taking a look at the Pantech Discover for AT&T. It should be out now in most stores. It's a mid-range handset coming for $49.99 with a 2-year contract. And in this first video here, we're going to take a look at the hardware first. Starting on the back, you'll notice that there's quite a bit of curve around. There's a curve up at the top for the 12.6 megapixel camera to fit in, but there's also a mirrored curve on the bottom, but it's also curved. Let's see if we can learn how to focus. Curved from side to side, which gives this nice concave area in the back where your fingers are normally going to fit, so it makes it a lot easier to hold. Along the sides we have, let's see, there we go. We have a metal feeling piece. It's most likely hard plastic that accents the entire side down along the bottom and up to the other side, and holds these stereo speakers. Those are actually speaker grills in both sides, and they're actually pretty darn loud. They're not just for show. They're big speakers. You'll notice on this side that we have the volume rocker, and it actually sticks out a bit. It's pretty easy to push. Up along the top, the metal does not, or the metal feeling plastic rather, does not continue across the top, but you do have a power button made out of the similar material and the 3.5mm headphone jack. You might have saw on the bottom there's the micro USB port, and nothing else here on the right side. If we pry off this back, which is kind of a hard plastic textured material, there's actually a slot at the top to pry it off, but there's also one at the bottom on the USB port that's much easier. It almost feels like it's not meant to be pried off from the top. This is not as thin and flexible as you would think, but pretty thin and flexible. Underneath here you'll see a micro SD card slot and a micro SIM slot. And then the camera pod and flash. Nothing else too interesting other than the battery, which is removable, and it's a 2100 milliamp variety, which is really nice. Let's see if we can snap all this back on. Up on the front, now that I've smudged it up a bit, is the 4.8 inch oh, I pulled the battery. Here we go. Now we've got to start it up. A 4.8 inch 720p display. It's a TFT LCD, and when you look at it straight on, oh, you can see me in the reflection high there. When you look at it straight on, the colors are actually pretty good, but once it gets off angle, even a few percent, we'll see, wait for it to boot up here, the viewing angles are just atrocious, and I'm not sure why that is. LCD usually does pretty darn good with viewing angles, but while that's booting up, I can talk about what's on top of the screen, which is this curved glass that you'll see in some of the review pictures, but really is very nicely curved off to the sides. And even though you don't have glass all the way to the edge, it flows over to the plastic so nicely that it doesn't really matter. It's actually much better manufactured, I can tell, than most phones that go with just an abrupt plastic edge and don't roll the glass over. We saw this most notably recently on the 1X Plus from HTC that did this this curved flowing glass up the side. So for the last thing here, I'll show you the screen. If you might be able to tell, it very quickly deteriorates, and we'll open up to the home screen. Glare aside, so we're straight on now, and see it quickly washes out and goes white, and it's actually, I'm very surprised. It's usually not a very big deal if viewing angles aren't that great, but this deteriorates so quickly that it's bothersome to me anyways. So that is your hardware run through of the Pantech Discover on AT&T. We're going to be doing a separate software video as well, and you can read the rest of the review on AndroidCentral.com. Thanks, guys.